Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I always like to start off and find some joy, especially in the time like we're having now. You know, I've been doing a lot of podcasts. I actually started 2 new companies in the heart of the pandemic. So a lot of people are, we're feeling, a lot of times different feelings. You feel trapped, or you feel, to the point where you can't move around and controlled. And then one of the things that works for me, first of all, I'm doing this podcast from my gym in my house. So I worked out this morning. I work out 2 times a day now, in the morning and in the evening. But I think it's very important to start your day with something positive. But it's also important to end your day with something positive. So whether it's a motivational CD or somebody watching something on TV, something that pumps you up, or listening to something, a podcast or just an interview, I think is very important. It's definitely important to exercise and get some type of workout, whether you have a gym in the house or whether you just get on the floor and meditate, go into a closet, something to give yourself some normacy. Something that makes you feel good about yourself, because truth be told, with this confinement, it gives you a chance to do something great. Even though this is terrible, we're losing people, we're losing lives, but it also, it gives you a reason to love yourself. It gives you a reason to see what's around you, what makes you feel good. And you get to find out, let's face it, if you like your mate, if you like your children, because this is more than just love now. Now it's about, you got to like people around you because you're confined. You have social distancing. You're hearing nothing but negative stuff or bad things on CNN. And it's just one of those things where we can't allow the government or anybody else to steal our joy. Find joy and happiness. But that starts from within. That's not, somebody else can't give you that joy. Somebody else can't give you that excitement and that energy. And if they do, all it is motivation. And we know that there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. So what I like to do is I like to inspire people. I don't like to motivate people, because I know what happens when you motivate. Once you leave, the motivation goes. That energy leaves with you. But if you inspire people, you give them the ability to know that they can make the change. And I feel like we need to be the change in our life. We need to be that change. We need to be more creative and tap into that creativity. Don't allow the day to slip by and you say, man, I should have done this, or I should have read this book, or I should have etched out this other business that I think I can do. We just eclipsed our 20th episode on our podcast. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never done podcasts before, and I have, hundreds of people now getting ready to go into thousands that are commenting and they're sending things in. They're happy that I did the podcast, and I'm exposing and marketing people's company just like we're doing right now. I mean, it's no different than anything else. We're just on social media. But if we were there together, I could give you guys hugs and pounds and daps, and we could jump around and have some fun. But we could do the same thing. We just make sure you get a lot of light. Make sure you get a lot of sun. Open up your windows. I know I had to black out my window a little bit because it was really dark in here. And then when I had my gym light on, it was too light in here. So it was like I was sitting on the sun behind me or something. But get some sun. I don't care if you step outside and just let the sun hit you, right? If you notice, the world is actually healing itself. Where humanity is quote unquote destroying itself a bit, the world is reprocreating itself. It's literally, healing itself. The birds are singing different. The water's clearing up in places. People can see the Himalayas that haven't seen them in decades. There's things that are happening. The world is healing itself. This pandemic is about humanity. That's what it's about. We have to do a checkup from the neck up. But it starts with feeling good about each other and feeling good with ourselves in order to feel good with each other. The networking, this is the best thing ever. I love the fact that you guys are so deep on here because I'm on several different networks like this. And a lot of times it's not as full as this and people are, kind of nonchalant, but I can see pain in their eyes when we're talking at times, right? Because this is really one of those situations where we don't know how this is going to end, how long is it going to go, what's going to happen. But I promise you, the days for me, I'm just going to tell you about how my days go, and hopefully this does something good for you guys. Every day to me goes super fast. And the reason that these days go super fast is because I'm constantly doing something. I'm constantly feeding myself, my wife, my assistant, who Amelia, she's right here with me, and we're a family. And we're constantly doing something. If we're not putting together some furniture for a new office, we took a bed out, we sold the bed, we created a bigger office in the house. We cleared out this little area in the gym so I could actually have another section where it doesn't interrupt anything else in the house. We're watching movies together. We're playing games together. We're playing the Wii. Get that Wii out. Get the board games out. Do something fun, right? But every couple hours of your day, this is about what we all know as business people, time management. Manage your time in a way where you're constructive. You're actually doing something all day long. Every couple hours, do something different, And the reason I say that is because you don't want to get bored. You're going to be right there in the same place as you're at now tomorrow, right? But you can mentally take yourself wherever you decide you want to be, right? And make yourself fall in love with everything around you right now. But that starts with you. So coming from Philadelphia as an inner city kid, I was always told the life expectancy for, urban kids in Philadelphia is 18. So imagine how I felt graduation night when I'm 17 about to turn 18. I'm like, oh, I guess it's over, right? But when I go back to speak to these kids, I tell them it wasn't just about sports, because everybody knew me for playing sports, for playing football and basketball, running track. But I was always busy, always doing something. So I was never bored. But I knew coming up from that city, I wanted to get out of it. I wanted to leave no matter how it worked, whether it was sports, which partially, and the military was the other part that helped me get out, right? So I joined the Navy as well, and I spent 4 years in the Navy. But my ultimate goal was to own a company, own a business. I want to be a shot caller. And it takes you to just like being a great leader, a lot of times you had to be a great follower first. You had to be a great follower, a listener, and then you had to learn how to ask questions skillfully, listen very carefully. So those things I kind of mastered at a young age, even though I didn't have money then, but I did have a lot of energy. So I started to say to myself, how can I get around the better people in society? No matter what color they are, no matter what age they are, no matter what gender they are, no matter what religion they are. How can I do this, right? Because it has to be more than what I'm seeing every day. People killing each other, people chasing down each other, everything that you didn't want, even with your own family, right? What I had to learn was you can create your family. You can't help who you're born to, but you can help who you call your family. See, the people that you're born to are relatives. The people that love you and add to your life is family. The people that fight together, struggle together, play together, enjoy life together. They cry together, they laugh together, they fight together. That's your family. So what I learned to do was stop feeling sorry for myself. Stop feeling sorry for where I come from. Stop being ashamed to tell people that I'm from North Philadelphia and they say, oh my God, yeah, they call it the city of brotherly love. You don't see any brotherly love when you go through there. You know enough about it. So I started a lot of mind traveling. I call it mind traveling because I would take my mind mentally and tell myself I was born in the Huxtable family growing up. It was always beautiful, even though it really wasn't. I convinced myself that it was so I could bring joy out of the smallest things. Out of the smallest things, I would find something fun with it. Because if I couldn't, I didn't want to do it. If I couldn't find some type of enjoyment, I just didn't want to do it. Right? There's enough pain and suffering out here. I don't watch the news. There's a reason I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news because 90% of the news is telling you about a child being molested or killed or a innocent person being shot, a fire burning a house down, right? And so why can't we talk about that little young guy that helped a family take groceries in or wash the lady's car or did something fun, cut to the neighbor's grass? We can't talk about that because it's not sensationalized. But I tell you one thing, we can control what we do and how we do it at this very moment, because this is the moment we have. This is the moment we have. We don't have yesterday, and we're not assured of tomorrow, but we control the present. And every moment of your present, you live life like it's your last, like you're not guaranteed tomorrow, because you're not. Now, if you wake up tomorrow, wake up with a purpose, as if it were on purpose. Wake up with that purpose. Go to bed excited about waking up tomorrow, that you're going to create something new. You're going to do something fun. These are the things that helped me get through this pandemic or any other. And I tell people, some of us, and I can only speak about me, growing up in a poverty situation, I was used to not being able to go shopping and go all over the place. And I was comfortable being by myself. Again, it means you love yourself. You have to love yourself at this time. In times like these, you have to. Because until you love yourself enough, you can't love anybody else. You can't. So with that, I want to open it up. If anybody has any questions for me, I just wanted you to know that those trials and tribulations that I came through helped me open up 3 different businesses and help countless others. Becoming an inspirational speaker, I didn't choose it. It chose me. People said, we need to have you come to our school. So I represent ODU, Strome Business College right now for the business department, but I also represent Lafayette High School right here locally in Williamsburg area. I go and speak to the kids and uplift them and tell them, you got something to live for. You got something to push for. You got some reason to go to these classes. But then when I go to the business owners, I say, look, you have to build and protect and take care of your company. Your company is who you employ or who you have around you. That's your family.